Ramjaane. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
This is your third time on, huh?
Yes, I love this show. This is it. So yeah. Thank you. By the way, thank you for advocating for us. For Ramjaane Joshua Foundation was really great. The last episode was really touchful. It was a lot of people loved it, and I'm so happy that people are getting information about what we do.
Yeah, I'm glad it's like making an impact for y'all.
Yeah, it is.
Well, this is a special episode. We're just going to touch on, just kind of review our last series, because you were on, I guess, 4 episodes, a series. And I just want to touch more on the Ramjaane Joshua Foundation, the Advocate program that we started up a couple weeks ago, how our church can be more helpful for all of that stuff right now.
Yeah, it's we're in the stage of growing up, and they've been a blessing for, especially in the Austin area, and talking about Westover Church of Christ. We have a lot of people coming at least every week. We have new people.
Wow,
international people joining us. It's a blessing. So when we have a say in our own language that when there's people, there's a problem. Or the problem, there's a solution. There's people, there's a solution too. So which means there's a blessing. It's a good problem. So we are growing, but there's so much needs to be done for them for us to welcome these people and support them to live better life here in Austin, Texas.
What do you feel like is the biggest need right now for the Ramjaane Joshua Foundation?
I would say, of course, money is it's big needs, but also money without people getting involved. So it's useless, because we were focusing on family advocates. Family advocates, it's a kind of package, of needs that will be taken care by a family advocate, including resources, education, financial, integration. So we are focusing right now on a family advocate.
So anyways, I was going to say, I've been an advocate for several of the families.
Yes, you have.
A lot of times I was going, what does that mean to be an advocate? Does that mean I adopt a family? But that's not really what it is. These families are incredible, and they are capable of living their life. It's so new to be in a different country, and things are different here than compared to what they were, where they came from. And so what I noticed was they just need to understand how to do stuff. Everything from what's it like to drive in Austin to obviously learning the language to understanding technology and how it integrates with living here, and then also getting a job, getting a car. And it's only because they don't know, because this is so new to them. I liken it to my kids. We advocate for our kids all the time.
Yeah.
If something happens at school, you go in and talk to the teacher about, this is what's going on with my kids. And we do that. And I have elderly parents and elderly in-laws, and a lot of times they're so into what they're doing that they need someone with a fresh perspective to come from the outside and advocate for them. I just did that the other day. We had some insurance stuff, I actually called the senator of Texas, the Texas, and said, hey, our insurance is not doing what we want. And so he stepped in and helped solve the problem. But they would never have known to do that.
Until somebody stepped in to advocate for the cause.
I know that one of the families that we were helping, at least for them, coming to America meant getting a car. That was something they couldn't do at home, so that's the first thing they want to do. Well, sometimes they jump ahead into it before they really understand all that's involved. What is interest, paying a loan off, and things like that. And so having somebody to go in, hold on, we want to help you through that process. We even have people that can help get cars. You actually related to one of them.
Yes.
So they can help these families find vehicles that they don't have to get a large loan for, that are going to be very dependable.
Most of them, they're just fast buyers. So they, it's new. It's new to most of them, and they don't know even when to change oil, oil change. Let's say like oil change, doing inspection. I've seen a lot of people driving with expired inspection, and they don't know because this is the first time to have
That's
a
right.
car.
They've not had cars before.
So and
I have to be reminded of that. So,
Exactly.
So you can imagine someone who doesn't know English, doesn't know anything, or, even where to do it, to apply it, to fill a form out. So that's why I call it package of when a family advocates get involved in this. I always tell them things will be sweet and bitter, because yes, you will learn. But at the end of time, you enjoy it because you helped someone to stand on his or her feet.
Yeah.
So it's information mostly the family advocate will do. For example, if someone is sick, so if you ask this question to many of immigrant refugees, I say, when you get sick, where do you go? They'll tell you, we call 911. And I think that's not the first step, The only thing I always ask them, do you have insurance? No, I don't. Why you don't have insurance? Another thing. So how to get insurance? Most of them, again, they might be qualified for Medicaid. They don't know how to fill out the form, and where to submit the form. So it's all good problems going on. But the family advocacy, the reason why we connect American family to international families, because we know American family they know how to live here, and they lived here longer. They know what is going on, so they will guide them into this process of integration.
Yeah,
that's right. One of the things that I noticed with some of the families we've been helping is because they have a thick accent and they have a hard time communicating, or they can't even speak English, whoever they're talking to, whether it's doctors or nurses or admins at a hospital, or even if they're getting an inspection done or they're getting registration or anything like that, the people that they're talking to get frustrated.
Yes.
And then they don't want to, they want to hurry up and push them out.
Yes.
But if you have an advocate, and I've seen it many times, whoever's talking to our international people that we're advocating for, you can see that. But then as soon as you step up and talk, everything changes. Everything. Because now all of a sudden they go, oh, there's someone here that is speaking
English,
who
knows
that's
how
right.
things
And
go,
how
so.
and they're speaking because they love this family, and they're speaking in a way that helps whoever's trying to help them know that this is important. So then they no longer try to push them out. Or just say, I don't want to mess with this. Now they're really engaged. They want to help it out. And it's just
this
makes
is
it so much
happening
easier.
a lot. Some of example I will give you is one of the refugee family that it was during winter. They spent almost 3 months without a heater in their apartment, and it was very cold. But they went to the apartment, they talked to them and say, we need you to come to fix this. They didn't. They said, we fix. But we sent one of the members, Steve and Rebecca, to advocate for them. I knew if I go there, so they will hear my accent sometimes, and then I have to ask Rebecca and Steve Baker to go there, and they fix the heater a day after.
It is.
And not because it's life, it's everywhere. I'm telling you, if you come to Africa, and we know you're American, some of the African will take advantage of you,
Sure.
And until you have someone who knows the culture, who come and say, hey, no, we know how it works. So humanity, it's not something wrong. There's nothing wrong. That's how human beings are. But if you have someone who's backing you, who's with you, who's guiding you in this new life, things will be pretty easy.
Yeah. I could see how it would be very overwhelming for some of our members to think like, oh, insurance and all this stuff when I'm already taking care of my own stuff. I just want to ease everyone's minds of you're here for them, and Cindy and Adam, if anybody has questions of what should happen, or they're wanting money for this, should I give them money for this, or insurance stuff, there's always people that they can go to kind of be like, hey, this is happening, what should we do, or can we help them apply for Medicare, or all that stuff.
Yes. And the one thing I encourage my fellow American, I am a U.S. citizen, so I'm saying my fellow American, is to leave our comfort zone. We know for sure some of the people, they feel like this is a burden, this is too much for them, but it's not. It's just, obeying God. It's just, doing exactly what Jesus commanded us, love our neighbors more than us, more than here. So it's just stepping to someone who really needs help. As I always share, we lost hope so many times. We lost hope from our family, from our country, from the people. But now when we came here, we want to gain that hope. How are we going to get that hope without someone who understands how to get, and the hope we're talking about is just small thing, We have a family, like during the freedom celebration, which I'm talking a little bit, we have success stories of refugees who came from nothing, and now they are living a better life. They will tell you that it wasn't easy at the beginning, but there's behind the success, there was someone from American family, who helped them to integrate, to help them to stand on their feet. I'm one of the examples. I'm very successful. I'm happy. I'm enjoying. I have a family, beautiful family, kids. I enjoy. Why? Because every time, anytime I have a question, I have people to go to ask. I don't have any issue with this. If I have any issue, I know who to talk to. You know why? Because people open their heart, their arms to me. They welcome me the way I am. They didn't judge me. They just loved me. So this is exactly where it's not something new. It's just what Jesus taught us to do.
Yeah.
Just are we encouraged to leave our comfort zone and feel like, it's hard? No, it's not. It's not. We have heard so many people try this. You are going in this. Your husband Paul knows about this, and we talk Mr. Adam when it comes to this. We have the Helms,
Yeah.
We have Cynthia and Bill Agnell. We have who else? We have Cindy and Hal Miller. We have other people. We have Westover members. How long we have had international community here for almost over 10 years. So we know how to do this. It's just to overcome the fear. Don't worry about the language. We have volunteers. We have people who can help with the language. And guess what? Some of those family, they speak very good broken English.
Yes.
Which
I would
means
say
you
Jessica
communicate.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So it's just come, hug, and smile, and then
That's right.
ask them how you doing, and visit them in their house. Actually, when you come to, let me tell you something. It took me forever to change a light bulb. I was scared to change a light bulb. I called Mr. Steve Baker. I called, hey, Steve, how can I change this light bulb? And he said, just change it. Just go. And then it was hard for me because I was scared. If I break anything, and I didn't know, I bought a house. I didn't know that I have insurance even. I was scared if I break something, it's going to be on my head and I'm going to mess up.
That's right.
And he said, no, don't worry, do this. So we all fear to step in on like in new things, but at the end we enjoy it. And the end we be happy when we give what we have received from the Lord, the love.
I would encourage, I guess, people that are like, oh, this is very overwhelming to think of like advocating for a family. Maybe like 2 Westover families advocate for one. Like that would be, right? That seems a lot more
things that
doable.
they can ask even people who already done this, which is learn from the example. And the other thing also, it's different. The family advocacy is different. Like the way Mr. Adam and Rebecca and you are very totally different from the Helms.
Yes.
Very. And the Billy and Cynthia Agne, they have Iranian family. It's very hard for me to speak the first adult language. I have to get someone. But like for the Helms, they have a Congolese family. They speak Swahili. They speak Kinyarwanda. And it's easy for me to know their needs and communicate them. Like Jessica, she speaks Swahili and English. So Miss Adam, all the family that Adam and Denise, the advocates, they speak the language that I speak, which means the needs, it's not going to be hard because they come and call me, hey, what do you think about this? I say, oh, yeah, do it. Let me help you. So you see, it's we work as a family. We're not going to give you a family and they say, okay.
You're off on your own. No, and
and
you'll find that there are certain things that are just come second nature to you, like we were talking about with school and kids.
Sure.
Enrolling your kids at school, it can be very daunting.
Oh,
but for you, that's just your bread and butter. You're part of the PTA. If a family comes up and says, I don't know how to enroll my kids, comes as such second nature for you that you're like, oh yeah, come with me. I'll show you exactly how to do it. And then maybe they don't know how to change their tire or get their oil changed. You go,
like homeworks for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you may not know that, but you know somebody that can help that. So it's even, not only is it multiple families, it's the networking that we have, just like we do with our own family.
Sure.
What's interesting also, not only is advocating so important and such a great gift to these families, because we want to set them up to succeed, and so we want to give them the tools to help them be successful. They're very smart, so that is never an issue as far as them catching on to what we're sharing with them about what it means to live in America. And that's so advocating is important, but also another thing that's very important is supporting the foundation. So for Westover, for example, in 2019, right before COVID, the amount of kids that were part of the children's ministry at Westover were single digit. Less than 10% of the kids were from the international family. And in this last year, the percentage is 22%.
Wow.
So we went that. And then here's the kicker. So this year we have a baby dedication coming up, which we have every year. So if you're listening to this after that, we'll have one next year. We have 18 babies, which has kind of been our normal number since COVID, which is a lot of babies. Out of those 18 babies, 8 of them are from the international ministry.
Wow.
So almost half of our kids come from the international ministry. So what we're seeing is more and more families are coming and being a part of our family. And it's so cool because it's their church. It's not like, we're coming here and this is our church.
This is our church.
And it's so cool to see that. I mean, we had a couple girls from international that go, I love this church so much because it's so diverse, and they love it. And you go, that's so crazy. But because we have so many kids now, and because we've grown, there's more needs to be met. So not only do we need more advocates, but we need more resources. Sure. And what happens is Ramjaane gets spread so thin that he's not able to take care of the things he needs to take care of.
Oh, sometimes I have to hide myself because I don't have the answers.
That's right. So he needs help. And one of the best ways for him to have help would be a
assistant.
Yeah, an assistant that would be able to handle this person needs a piece of furniture, this person needs a car, this person. And so, for example, you had a couch and you wanted to know if there's a family. Well, if we had a assistant go, oh yeah, this family needs a couch, then they're able to point your couch to this family or washer and dryer or whatever, or maybe that someone needs a mechanic. The assistant knows, well, these are my mechanics that are available, and I connect them together like that. Well, unfortunately, assistants cost money. So in order to hire an assistant, we need some financial resources to be able to do that. So one of the ways that we can help besides advocating is to give financial help to the Ramjaane Joshua Foundation. And through that help, we're able to hire an assistant, which we need now. We need that assistant now, but we don't have the resources now to do that. So a way you can do that is go to the Ramjaane Joshua Foundation's website, and they can give on that website.
Yeah, they can give online, or they can write a check and send to Westover.
Send it to Westover.
It's pretty easy.
In fact, I'll put a QR code up.
Yep.
If you're watching
Maybe
this
a
on your
link.
phone, you can't do that. But I'll put the link in the
Yeah.
description
The link,
below,
yes.
or a QR code. You can scan it with your phone, and it'll take you right to a way of giving. And I know there's so many of us that can help that way that maybe we can't help in some others. So I think if we all come together, we can find ways to help support all the ministries within the Ramjaane Foundation to be able to do that. Because what happens is then Ramjaane gets stuck moving furniture when that's not his giftedness. His giftedness is networking and meeting people and going to families and pastoring over these families. Well, he can't do that if he's being called to go move furniture. So to enable to free up his time to do what God has gifted him to do, if we had an assistant to handle that other stuff, then he can do what he's capable
we
of
have
doing.
a lot of, not only that, we have like a lot of doctor's appointments. We have, immigration papers to be filled. There's so many things. Sometimes it's too much for me.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It's there's a growth. There's a growth. It's something that we should rejoice. But to be honest, I always told you guys, I'm not surrendering, but I need help. It's so
That's
much.
right.
It's so
That's
much.
right.
I would love to get help.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise I'm gonna get older very soon.
That's right. And so helping with advocating
Yeah.
or giving.
Yes.
Or both. I mean, I
Yes.
think that
Yeah.
we have so many blessed people all over Austin, all over this country. That
Actually,
have
this
a
is
way to
another
give.
thing so that I heard from here. If you walk somewhere and you can ask them if they have like matching grant, so you can come and volunteer and write like you volunteer to Ramjaane Joshua Foundation, and they will get something. You might get something from your
That's
organization. Just not only if you don't have a means to give right now, but you can still advocate. You know, friends, you know, family, you know, people who might have those, resources. We need food, HEB card mostly, Walmart card. So that's the thing that we need mostly. There's so much needs. Right now, we have over 15 families that are affected by the recent, change. The money have been
funding.
frozen for almost 3 months, and we need rent for those people. Among those 15 family, 4 of them they are in our church. So you see, and those 4 they're still struggling to get to pay rent. But if you know someone, any organization or any church or friend church or anyone who might have something, who might have a zeal, a heart for the international, that would be great. That would be another thing also, to be advocate for the foundation.
That's right.
Yeah. So just like encourage people maybe to
Yes.
share this
Yes.
episode with like
Yes.
churches or
That would be
That's right.
organizations that would
Sure.
be willing to donate.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be bigger than money, actually, because when you share it, people
Yeah.
will know the needs, and God will touch their hearts, and then
That's right.
we there's so much need right now. We are trying to help even our second generation immigrant kids, like refugee kids, to go to school. And some of them, the parents, they didn't save money for their schooling, and they are ready to go to college. They're ready
I
to go.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So they needs just help. It's not just 100% help, but if you can help in a way that you can say, you know what, I will help you with this. I will help you with a computer. I will help you with this, the transportation.
Yeah.
There's a way we can still help. There's the needs will always be there.
Yeah, that's a very unique. You need like maybe someone helping writing scholarships
There you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
go.
We have one girl now, Babazi, who is going to Abilene, ACU.
Oh.
She's so excited,
So excited.
but it's real expensive.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And so she needs help with tuition. And there's some things she can get scholarship-wise, but not
Yes.
enough
Not
to meet
enough.
this
Yes.
need. And so either maybe somebody that can help with the scholarship.
Yes.
The president of ACU. You can call him up and say, hey, this is exactly why we have scholarships
Sure.
to help her do that. Or if you can just financially give to her tuition, I think that's huge. And she was so excited to go.
Sure.
She went and looked at the campus. She was like, I want to go right now. And she didn't know anything about the money.
No.
That was not even, but now she does. And so
Now
she's very nervous because she's like, I don't know how I'm going to come up with more money than she can even imagine.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that would just love for her to be able to go and help out with that. And I think people are working on it, but that she's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right now in the community, we have around seven. Some of my soccer group, young kids like 17, 18, 20, less than 20, 23 years, they're already still waiting to know, because they want to go to college. They want to do this, but they cannot do it by themselves. Guess what? Even those kids, they're just helping their parents to pay rent and stuff. Like that. So it's like their dreams are just dying in the middle of there, and while they could be doing something, for their future. And the other thing, when we do, if we want to help the community, we need, as Jesus did, we need to have disciples. We need to have the next Ramjaane, the next Rachel, the next, Mr. Adam. So we come, we educate them, and so that they may come back and serve the community. Like in Mbebezi, she been serving. She been here at church since she was 7, and now she's 17, and she's one of our, future kids that we really pray that she will, inspire my kids. She inspire our immigrant refugee kids that everything is possible. You know?
That's right.
It's a really sweet story.
It is. So what was that thing you were talking about coming up in June?
Freedom Celebration.
Oh, what's that?
So Freedom Celebration is this is going to be like a third season where we get together, the American family and the international family getting together, and that's event, we welcome new refugees that came to that year. So like this 2025, we have over 100 refugees that came. So we invite them to connect them with other organizations that may help them. So it's a huge event where we have tradition dance. We give them time to present, to celebrate the freedom. And freedom we're celebrating is different way. I ask one of the guy, what are you celebrating? What the freedom you have since you came to America? I say, I can eat. I cannot sleep hungry. So that's the freedom. Now, freedom of that. They'll have different way to celebrate this freedom. Freedom from bondage of sin. Freedom from, war. Freedom, nobody's running after us. We grew up in a war. We grew up in injustice. Now we're living a better life. So it's an event where we celebrate the achievements, especially for the refugee international community, how they achieved this. We have success stories to share to the new refugee who can say, hey, don't worry, things will be okay, and also connect. And that's the when we connect family advocates, because we know the new families who don't have anybody to help them. And right now it's very tough because they don't have any caseworker, because the refugee services or the refugee agencies, they closed it. Now they're closing because they don't have enough funding to move on. So we will have a lot of people that need help. So not only the help, not talking about financial help, but connecting with them, helping them to get a job. So that we on that day also we have like a job fair where we can invite some hotels, people to come and to offer jobs, and we can have people who help to prepare a resume for the refugees. So it's a event that combine all. The goal is to celebrate. The goal to celebrate, and the goal to connect American family to international families. But it's beyond that, because we always get surprised every year with the stories, with the thing that we didn't know. You hear someone say, I have knowledge of fixing cars, I have knowledge in these, and they don't know where to start. And then, boom, when they connect and they go to, we have four members two from Iran, and another one from Vietnam. They came to the Freedom Celebration last year, and now they're ACC, pursuing their degree, equivalent degrees, because they were like doctors, they were engineers, but they didn't know where to start. But when the last event, I invite someone from ACC to come to explain and say, yeah, you don't need anything. You have a green card. You are already legal here. Just come. We have financial aid for you guys. Come.
That's amazing.
So it's more than celebration.
That's right.
We went 3 years ago, and it's fun, and I think it's a good thing to bring your kids to too. Like it's not just adults. So
it's a family
I would
thing,
encourage. Yeah.
And we have African food, international food.
Yeah.
We have. I love it.
Yeah, it's a fun event.
Fufu.
Fufu, sambusa, and
I like it, fufu. I'm sorry. It's fun to say, and it tastes good. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else that? Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. This is like my third time to come to this show, and people, they think that I own this show. No, I'm just a guest.
That's right.
And thank you, Rachel, for willing.
Of course.
And it was great to hear from Hope, and it was really Jessica's story was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But
and let me know if you need to hear more stories about especially if you want to talk to the immigrant kids. Second kids, if you have like a special edition for our second generation kid, that would be great. That would be great too.
I would love
Because
that.
they hear, like in Barazi knows a little bit what happened to the refugee camp there. But when she shared you a little bit on according to her age, what she went through, our kids should not take it for granted. They will be so thankful to hear those stories. Some of our kids, they don't know hunger. They don't know to be thirsty. They don't know to sleep in the rain. They don't know anything. Yep. But when they hear this, they say, oh, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, for providing this. So, yeah.
Oh, my kids, for sure.
It is. And that's so true.
Will you share your organization, where you would go to give money?
Yes,
just so everybody can hear that.
They will put a link.
Yeah,
we'll put a link to the foundation. And so my phone number is everywhere. I can tell you, if you have any question, call me, 512-621-3201. It's open 24/7. I will receive your call and I will direct you, and I would be glad to hear you praying for me too, because this is bigger than me. The reason I'm doing this is it's not because I have a perfect life, or it's love. It's my experience, the personal experience that I grew up in. I don't want people suffer, because I suffered a lot. I suffered a lot. So the reason why we are doing this is not because we are perfect, not because we have enough time to do this. It's just because love, because we remember what God did, for us. We remember what we went through. So, and I made a vow that I will die advocating for the people. And most of these people, I don't know them. I just met them and I feel their pain because I was there. I once was there, but thank God now I can support in a way I can. Yeah. But I will need prayers, I need guidance, I need, I love American food. If you come and take me to a barbecue place, I would be glad,
He likes it hot.
You do
hot
like barbecue.
Food.
Mr. Adam used to take me to the Q2 Stadium, but he's not taking me anymore.
I ask you to go all the time.
So,
That's right.
we need this. There's so many ways to encourage us. We need people's encouragement. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stepping into what God called you to do.
Thank you.
I know that's hard sometimes.
Thank you for being the voice over the voiceless.
Yeah. Thank you, Ramjaane.